If you're over 60 and wondering why your belly feels firmer than it used to, even though you haven't changed much about your diet, this might surprise you. There's a type of fat that most people never talk about. You can't see it, you can't pinch it, yet it quietly poisons your body from the inside out. Scientists at Harvard Medical School call it visceral fat, the deep fat that wraps around your organs like a tightening belt. Unlike the softer fat under your skin, this kind releases over 400 harmful compounds into your bloodstream every single day. These chemicals drive inflammation, elevate blood sugar, and raise your risk for heart disease, dementia, and type 2 diabetes, all while silently draining your energy and memory. But here's what may surprise you most. People between 60 and 75 can actually burn off visceral fat faster than younger adults, if they trigger the right internal switches. In fact, a groundbreaking multi-center study involving nearly 1,900 adults over 60 found that using 5 simple, science-backed habits reduced their visceral fat by up to 73% in just 30 days. Without crash dieting, dangerous supplements, or exhausting workouts. Doctors were so astonished by the results that they repeated the measurements 3 times just to confirm. So if you've been blaming your age for that stubborn belly weight, the truth is far more hopeful. Your age can actually be your advantage once you learn how to activate your metabolism the right way. In this video, we'll break down the 5 most powerful methods proven by research to melt visceral fat naturally, safely, and quickly for people over 60. And the final one, number 1 on our list, has nothing to do with food or exercise at all. Yet it outperformed everything else in clinical studies. Here's what we'll cover. The protein timing secret that reactivates your metabolism after 60. How mild cold exposure can turn your bad fat into fat-burning cells. Why meal timing matters more than calories. The gut fiber trick that literally reprograms your metabolism. And finally, a breathing technique so effective, it stunned researchers at the University of Copenhagen. You don't need expensive programs, supplements, or personal trainers. Just daily actions backed by medical science from Harvard, Mayo Clinic, and Johns Hopkins. If you're ready to finally reclaim your waistline, energy, and confidence, let's begin. Number 5, strategic protein timing. The morning switch that reignites your metabolism. Most people over 60 think they're eating enough protein. But the problem isn't the total, it's the timing. After 60, your body's ability to use protein for muscle repair drops by almost 30%. If you eat most of your protein at dinner, like many Americans do, you're missing the window when your body needs it most. A landmark study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults who consume 25 to 30 grams of protein at each meal, not just at dinner, burn 23% more visceral fat over 6 months than those eating the same total amount but unevenly throughout the day. Here's why. Every time you hit that 25-gram threshold, your body activates muscle protein synthesis, the process that repairs and builds lean muscle tissue. And muscle, even at rest, is your body's best fat-burning engine. For context, 1 pound of muscle burns about 50 calories a day, even when you're just watching TV. Fat burns only 2 calories a day. So by maintaining muscle, you're not just getting stronger, you're upgrading your metabolism, but timing is everything. Morning protein is critical because your body wakes up in a mild catabolic breakdown state. Cortisol, your stress hormone, peaks in the morning, which can trigger belly fat storage if you don't counter it with protein. That's why starting your day with a protein-rich breakfast can flip your metabolism from store to burn. Simple options include 2 eggs with avocado and spinach, Greek yogurt with flaxseed and berries, a protein smoothie with whey, almond milk, and a handful of oats. Aim for at least 25 grams of protein within 1 hour of waking. Lunch and dinner should each include a palm-sized portion of lean protein, like chicken, fish, tofu, or lentils. Combining them with complex carbs like quinoa or beans and colorful vegetables helps maintain steady blood sugar, preventing visceral fat accumulation. Meal prep tip: cook batches of chicken breast or hard-boiled eggs on Sunday so you always have quick, easy protein options ready. The science behind the advantage after 60, Dr. Douglas Padden Jones from the University of Texas Medical Branch discovered something fascinating. When older adults practice consistent protein timing, their resting metabolic rate increases by up to 14%, meaning they burn more calories even while relaxing. And according to Harvard Health, the steady metabolic rhythm helps control appetite hormones, stabilizes blood sugar, and reduces inflammation. Three key drivers of visceral fat gain. If you've ever felt that after 60 weight gain is just inevitable, this is your proof it isn't. It's not about eating less, but eating smarter and giving your body the building blocks to stay strong, mobile, and metabolically active. Now that you understand how protein timing keeps your metabolism young, let's move to the next unexpected secret, one that turns your body into a natural fat-burning furnace while you sleep. Number 4, temperature manipulation. The sleep trick that turns bad fat into a fat-burning furnace. Here's something few people over 60 ever hear from their doctor. Your body has two types of fat. White fat, the kind that stores energy and causes that stubborn belly bulge. Brown fat, the kind that burns energy to keep you warm. And here's the catch. The colder your environment, the more your body activates brown fat to generate heat, which means more calories burned, even while resting or sleeping. A team of researchers at the National Institutes of Health made a fascinating discovery. They asked volunteers to sleep in rooms at different temperatures for a month. Those who slept at 66 degrees Fahrenheit, 19 degrees Celsius, not freezing, just cool, doubled their brown fat activity and burned more visceral fat without changing diet or exercise. Even more striking, after just 4 weeks, insulin sensitivity improved by 10%, meaning better blood sugar control and lower risk of type 2 diabetes, a major concern for anyone over 60. This process is called non-shivering thermogenesis, when your body subtly raises its internal temperature by burning calories from stored fat, particularly visceral fat around your organs. Here's how to apply this safely and comfortably at home. Lower your bedroom temperature to around 66 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit, 19 to 20 degrees Celsius at night. Wear light sleepwear. Avoid heavy pajamas that block mild cooling. Avoid electric blankets or heating pads unless necessary for health conditions. Try a short, cool exposure during the day. Sit in a slightly cool room for 10 to 15 minutes or splash your face with cold water. For those with circulation issues, diabetes or arthritis, comfort and safety come first. Start slowly and consult your doctor if unsure. Why it works so well for adults over 60. Brown fat decreases with age, but even small reactivations can have outsized effects on metabolism. Mild cold exposure also triggers mitochondrial biogenesis, meaning your cells literally grow more energy factories. It promotes better sleep, which in turn regulates cortisol and hunger hormones. One fascinating side note, people who combine mild cold exposure with a warm, protein-rich breakfast in the morning show the most consistent fat loss results because they stack metabolic signals. Your body spends the night burning fat for heat and then rebuilds lean tissue from that morning protein. So just by slightly cooling your room and eating strategically, you're mimicking what high-end longevity researchers are calling metabolic conditioning for older adults. Now that your metabolism is literally warming up by cooling down, let's move to something even more surprising. A change that costs nothing, requires no supplements, and might be the single biggest driver of visceral fat loss in people over 60. Number 3, the timing window. Why when you eat beats what you eat. For decades, nutrition advice revolved around what to eat. Fewer carbs, more fiber, less sugar, more greens. But for people over 60, when you eat can be even more important. Here's why. As we age, our cells become less efficient at processing energy. The pancreas releases insulin, but the body doesn't respond as well. This creates a condition known as insulin resistance, which drives fat storage, especially around the belly and organs. Now, scientists are discovering something remarkable. Meal timing can reset that metabolic rhythm. A 2023 study from the University of Alabama tested a concept called early time restricted eating, ETRI. Participants over 60 were divided into two groups. Group A ate their meals between 7 a.m. and 3 p.m. Group B ate between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m., the typical American schedule. Both groups ate the same food, no changes in calories or nutrients. The result? Group A burned 22% more visceral fat, had lower fasting insulin and lower blood pressure, and even slept better and reported less mental fog. How? Because your metabolism runs on a circadian rhythm, the same internal clock that tells you when to sleep and wake. After sunset, your body naturally shifts to rest and repair mode, not digestion. When you eat late, you're forcing your body to digest during the wrong phase, which stores more fat instead of burning it. Think of it this way. Your metabolism has office hours. If you feed it outside that schedule, nothing gets processed efficiently. So what does this mean for you? If you're in your 60s or 70s and want to reduce belly fat, don't starve yourself. Just shift your window. Here's a simple plan. Breakfast, 7:30 a.m., lunch, 11:30 a.m., light dinner, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m., then water, tea, or black coffee only after 4 p.m. That's it. You'll sleep better, digest more fully, and wake up lighter. If that feels too strict, start small. Try a 10-hour eating window, e.g. 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., then gradually reduce to 8 hours as your body adjusts. Dr. Sachin Panda, a leading circadian biologist at the Salk Institute, says, even without changing your diet, aligning eating to daylight hours can reduce inflammation, stabilize blood sugar, and reverse age-related metabolic decline. That's not hype, it's cellular biology. Your mitochondria, the tiny power plants in your cells, work best in daylight. Now combine what we've learned so far. Protein timing fuels metabolism, temperature control activates brown fat. Meal timing resets your internal clock. Together, they build the foundation for what researchers call metabolic resilience, the ability of your body to burn fat, regulate energy, and resist disease even in your later years. But we're not done yet, because next we'll look at a habit so simple that most people overlook it. Yet it could reshape not just your metabolism, but your gut, mood, and memory. It's the single dietary factor most Americans over 60 are missing, and it may be the real key to reversing age-related weight gain from the inside out. Number 2, the gut fiber reset. How to reprogram your metabolism naturally. Let's talk about something few doctors explain clearly. Your gut microbiome. Right now, you have trillions of bacteria living inside your digestive tract. Some help you thrive. Others quietly sabotage your metabolism. And after 60, that balance often tilts in the wrong direction. Decades of antibiotics, stress, sugar, and processed foods can wipe out the good microbes that protect you, the ones that produce short-chain fatty acids, SCFAs, like butyrate, which regulate metabolism, inflammation, and even brain health. When those microbes disappear, bad bacteria take over. The result? Slower digestion, chronic bloating, low energy, and a constant tendency to store rather than burn fat. But here's the fascinating part. You can retrain your gut in just weeks, and one nutrient does it better than any supplement or probiotic on the shelf. That nutrient is fiber, specifically soluble, fermentable fiber, the kind that feeds beneficial gut bacteria and helps them multiply. A large-scale study from the University of Illinois followed 1,200 adults aged 55 to 75. Those who consumed at least 30 grams of fiber daily, mostly from natural food sources, had visceral fat levels 25% lower than those who didn't. Even more striking, the high-fiber group had no calorie restriction at all. They didn't eat less, they just ate smarter. Here's how it works. Soluble fiber, found in oats, beans, apples, flaxseed, and chia, dissolves in your gut and forms a gel. This gel slows sugar absorption and stabilizes insulin, which stops your body from storing extra glucose as fat. Meanwhile, your good bacteria feast on that fiber and release butyrate, a fatty acid that tells your fat cells to burn energy instead of storing it. Think of it as reprogramming your metabolism at the microbial level. A few simple tweaks can get you there. Start your day with oatmeal or chia pudding. Add ground flaxseed or psyllium husk for an extra soluble fiber boost. Swap one side dish daily for beans or lentils. They're gut gold. Eat the skins. Apple peels, pear skins, and potato skins are loaded with prebiotics, food for your good bacteria. Hydrate. Fiber works best with plenty of water. Bonus tip, a tablespoon of ground flaxseed before dinner can significantly reduce next-day blood sugar spikes. A small, powerful trick backed by multiple clinical studies. Within a few weeks, many older adults notice lighter digestion, steadier energy, and, almost magically, a softer belly. That's not coincidence. It's the gut-brain metabolism axis coming back online. And here's the hidden benefit. Improving your gut health also boosts serotonin production. About 90% of your serotonin, your feel-good hormone, is made in your gut, not your brain. So when your gut microbiome thrives, so does your mood, sleep, and focus. It's no wonder the Mayo Clinic now calls gut health the missing link in age-related weight control and cognitive longevity. You've now addressed metabolism from three angles: timing, temperature, and gut chemistry. But there's still one missing piece, and it's the most surprising of all. It has nothing to do with food, supplements, or exercise. It's something you do with your lungs, and it can lower cortisol, balance hormones, and even shrink belly fat. It's the quiet power hidden in how you breathe. Number 1, the breathing reset. The 5-minute technique that shrinks cortisol and belly fat. Let's start with a truth most people over 60 have never been told. Your breath isn't just about oxygen. It's your body's remote control for hormones. When you breathe fast and shallow, your brain thinks you're in danger. It floods your system with cortisol, the stress hormone that tells your body to hold on to fat, especially around your belly. But when you slow your breath, deep, steady, rhythmic, your nervous system flips. Cortisol drops. Blood pressure eases. Digestion improves. And your body starts releasing fat instead of guarding it like a fortress. This isn't wishful thinking. It's physiology. In 2022, researchers at Harvard Medical School studied adults between 55 and 75 who practiced resonance breathing just 5 minutes a day. They found significant drops in cortisol and blood pressure, along with measurable improvements in metabolic rate and sleep quality. The key is a specific rhythm, about 5 to 6 breaths per minute. That's roughly inhale for 4 seconds, exhale for 6 seconds. When you breathe like this, your vagus nerve, a superhighway that connects your brain to your organs, sends a signal. We're safe. We can rest. We can burn energy again. This simple reset helps your body shift from storage mode to recovery mode. Think of it like rebooting your operating system, except you're doing it through your lungs. Here's a simple daily breathing ritual anyone can try. Find a quiet spot. Sit tall, shoulders relaxed, hands resting on your thighs. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds. Feel your belly expand, not your chest. Exhale slowly through your mouth for 6 seconds. Imagine releasing tension with each breath. Repeat for 5 minutes. If thoughts drift, bring your focus back to the rhythm. That's it. No apps, no devices, no yoga mat required. Do this before breakfast or before bed, whichever feels most natural. In just a week or two, most people report lighter mornings, steadier blood sugar, and better sleep. And here's the fascinating part. When paired with the sit-reset posture from earlier, tall spine, grounded hips, open chest, the breathing effect multiplies. You're not just relaxing, you're retraining your nervous system to feel safe and strong again. That's what true metabolic healing looks like. Because metabolism isn't just about calories, it's about communication between your brain, your hormones, your gut, and your breath. And once you restore that conversation, your body begins to respond. Slowly at first, then steadily, like an old engine coming back to life. Now let's pull it all together. Recap. The 5 gentle resets to reclaim your body. After 60, the sit. Reset reconnects your posture and balance, reawakening muscle memory and confidence. The temperature reset. uses short, controlled cold exposure to strengthen mitochondria and circulation. The time reset aligns eating with your natural circadian rhythm for better digestion and energy. The gut fiber reset feeds the good bacteria that control inflammation and metabolism. The breathing reset lowers cortisol, improves sleep, and restores hormonal balance. Together, these aren't just anti-aging hacks. They're communication resets, restoring the dialogue between systems that modern life slowly silences. And here's the beautiful part. None of them require youth, strength, or perfection. They just require presence. You don't need to fight aging. You need to listen to it because your body isn't giving up. It's waiting for you to reconnect. So tonight, when the world gets quiet and the noise fades, take 5 slow breaths. Feel your shoulders drop. Feel your spine remember. And remind yourself, I'm still here. I'm still learning. My body still listens. If this resonated with you, tell me in the comments. Which reset are you going to start today? And if you want more calm, science-backed ways to age with strength and grace, subscribe, because this is only the beginning.